Innanzitutto, come la dobbiamo chiamare? Signora Ai Weiwei, architetto, artista?
Maybe artist.
Artist.
Maybe artist.
Lei si direbbe censurato e in particolare censurato dal governo cinese?
Censorship is a fact in any communist society. Not only me, but in general, about ideology, about freedom of speech, about human rights, about many topics are strongly censored in that kind of society. And but in different societies also have different type of censorship.
Lei è sicuramente controllato dalla polizia cinese, lo dimostrano anche le foto che lei ha fatto agli agenti che la pedinavano. Però lei è l'artista cinese più conosciuto al mondo. Non è una contraddizione questa? O pensa che al governo cinese interessi che lei non intervenga in Cina e basta?
Well, I don't see contradiction there, but those are facts, have been followed, my room has been bugged, my phone has been tapped, my computer has been checked. And, if I go to a restaurant, I go to park, I go to shopping mall, always police follows. And even just drive out, we have a car drive behind us in the airport, in the hotels. It's just, I think this is almost like a low-tech following. I'm sure now the technically very advanced. Still, it's much easier to follow somebody. You use a phone, you send a message. And this is a problem not only in China. Of course, the West media are more focused on what happened in China. But we all know, if you talk about American election, then we see how many information has been leaked or has been, all kind of techniques get into. Almost people know everything, even at a president level. So this is not people will get used to it. We are living in a much more transparent society, so-called transparent, but also society we have to hide things more deeply if we don't want somebody to know it. So it's very, very common. And talk about my fame, or you mentioned that, I think it's not because me, not because I've been followed, but because the values I'm defending. Human rights, freedom of speech, and the basic human dignity, and the rights to know, rights to give out our opinions. Those are most important for a civil society. And of course, those things are not come from it's not like a given gift, but rather from a struggle. Sometimes the struggle can become a very crude, very, very difficult, but struggle is necessary. And sometimes people recognize those struggles.
Lei ha conosciuto fin da piccolo la brutalità della censura perché suo padre, il poeta Ai King, era stato esiliato. Che cosa si ricorda di quel periodo?
That is a very dark period, and the only because it's dark period is we don't have today's openness, we don't have a social media. If somebody disappeared or has been punished, nobody knows. And nobody even dare to ask because that means it also can be punished. And but today we are very different. We are living in a society, we have a social media, we can openly know, directly know, or instantly know the news and can give out our opinions.
Lei ha voluto segnalare il dramma dei profughi, dei rifugiati, dei migranti facendosi fotografare come il piccolo Aylan. Però la situazione non è cambiata. E allora le chiedo, che senso ha la libertà d'espressione se poi non cambia lo stato delle cose?
As artists, we do things from our own instinct, and if we feel sadness or happiness, I try to get involved to understand the situation. I don't know if it help or not. It's very difficult to measure it. Art is not sometimes does not really have a direct impact. But very strangely, that photo generated a very big discussion in so-called art circle. People are so scared or so so disturbed by the photo, which means the work works. Only means the work somehow touches many people's understanding of reality, or understanding of their aesthetics. And surprisingly, that has been discussed, and which is a good thing. I never expect it would be like that. For artists, it's just a form. You're facing down or facing up, you're laying on a beach or not. It's just a form. It's not, I'm still alive. That person, that image was passed away.
In questo 2017, qual è l'argomento più urgente che un artista dovrebbe affrontare?
I think artists or anybody, who has consciousness, a political consciousness, should be aware the world is already different from the past. Since the globalization, since the information age, the world changing dramatically. The old structure, the old way of understanding are really causing so much problems. And still, as a society, we are struggling for the new possibility, new understanding of today's world. And without that kind of understanding, profound and intellectual understanding, we can never cope with the situation such as Brexit or US election and many things to come. And this takes a real deep understanding about what today's world is about. European has been enjoying a tremendous luxury, freedom for quite some time. No war and wonderful establishment. But is that going to continue, or is that real if we not to bear responsibility or bear the consequence of this freedom? So that has to be very much rediscussed and be aware. Otherwise, you cannot cope with the condition. It's already clear in 2016, Europe completely cannot cope with the situation.
E infine, qual è il gesto più estremo che in questo 2017 potrebbe fare un artista?
But it depends how you measure extreme. And I think the extreme way of expression is not the purpose anyway. It's to build a successful communication and to extend your own thinking and knowledge into a more broader way, broader discussions. So art always needs its own language and to find its own form of communication. And sometimes can be successful, sometimes are not so successful. But the effort to make that is most important, because that helps everybody, the artist itself, the community, and if it's a successful, good expression, and it helps the society.
Grazie, artista Ai Weiwei.
Thank you very much.